I want to talk about the topic of principles versus power. So you have principles, you have power. If you commit your life to principles, okay, you're going to be willing to give up on power. If you become completely committed to power, you're eventually going to give up on your principles, okay? And never is this more true than in our current political environment. You know, if we can get different politicians to just be focused on principles of helping people and willing to take the risk of losing re-election or losing the election of other members of their party, we could get things done. What would it look like if tomorrow we found out that President Biden invited all the governors of all the states on the border to Camp David and said, we're not going to leave until all of us come out and say we have a immigration policy we agree upon. If that happened and he came out and he stood arm in arm with the governor of Texas and the governor of California and the governor of Arizona and the governor of New Mexico, and they all had their arms around each other and saying, we figured it out. Here's the immigration policy. Anybody coming from Mexico and the United States, they're going to get in here safely and securely. And there's going to be no more kids in cages. And we know, and there's going to be, by the way, there's no illegal drugs coming in or illegal guns coming in or anything like that. People are going to come in here because we need them to work, and they're great people, and they're going to be safe, and none of them have COVID. And we, the five of us, or I just said, are going to guarantee that Americans are going to be safe, and this is the greatest country in the world, and we're going to make this happen. I think the majority of Americans would be so happy and thrilled. But some Americans would be really mad if they saw the governor of Texas and the president of the United States embraced. They would be so mad because they don't want that to happen, because they'd rather be about power than principle. When we, back in the Obama administration, when school shootings were so rampant during that terrible time, I used to think, man, I would love it if the president of the NRA and the president of the United States, President Obama, would go to Camp David and not come out until they could come out arm in arm and say, here are the 5 things we've agreed upon, right, to fix this problem. And again, I think most Americans would applaud that. I'm a conservative Republican, and I work with all different kinds of political parties, different people. And one of the most impressive people I have ever met is Michelle Obama. I mean, she was breathtaking. I don't fumble my words often, but when I met, interacting with her, I did fumble my words because I just was so impressed with her. And so I have a really cool picture of she and I together. And I like to put that picture on Facebook and on LinkedIn because I always say to people, we don't agree on a lot of political issues, but we both agree on kindness. And we both agree on trying to be gentle with people and trying to find ways to work together. And when I post that, I always get lots of nice, kind responses. And then there's a real ugliness on both sides. People get so mad about that because they have strong feelings about Republicans or Democrats. But I'm like, guys, let's keep coming back to be committed on principles, not on power, right? Every once in a while, someone will say to me, like, John, you should run for office. Here's how you know I'll never run for office. Because there's so many photos of me with people who have the exact opposite political beliefs as me. And those would come out, and people would not support me because I work with others who believe different things. But that's who I am, and that's who I want to be, is someone that works with others. And that is what we talk about at Crossman Career Builders.